welcome to Bookmas Day 2. Today I am going to talk about the books that I read in November, or my November reading wrap up. If you don't know me, my name is Kelsey and I like to talk about books. So let's just get started because I am not good at intros yet. I read 6 books in the month of November, which is pretty average for me. I'm on track for my reading goal for the year, which is 85 books. I changed it. It was going to be 75, but I reached that already. So it's 85 books. Let's talk about the books that I read in November. I'm just going to go in chronological order. So the first book I read in the month of November was Vita Nostra by Marina Diachenko. I'm not really sure that's how you say the last name. I didn't rate this book, but looking back, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it 3 stars. This book is extremely weird. I mean, ask anybody, look up the reviews on Goodreads, and you're gonna find a whole bunch of reviews that say like this book was the weirdest book they've ever read. And the same is true for me too. I thought it was extremely weird, kind of hard to follow, but I don't really think that you're actually supposed to be able to follow it. I think it's just supposed to take you like on a ride, and you never know where that ride is going. Vita Nostra is about Sasha. She's our main character. It starts when she is on vacation with her mom. I don't know if it even says where they go, but they're like by a beach. She meets a man named Ferit Kajenikov. I have to write that down because I could not remember the last name. While she's on vacation, he's a strange man. He asks her to do strange tasks, and she gets gold coins after she does the task. Towards the end of the summer, he follows her back to her hometown and continues to ask her to do strange tasks, and if she doesn't do the tasks, then bad things happen. So of course she does them. And then he tells her to take all of her gold coins and go pay for an education at the Institute of Special Technologies. And then the book just kind of goes on while she's at college. It's kind of a dark academia book because it takes place in college. Dark things happen, magical things happen, and it just takes you on a ride of what this Institute of Special Technologies is, and then she finds out what the special technologies are. And yeah, I don't really want to say much more. It's really good if you just kind of go in blind and not know much else besides that. I really enjoyed the beginning to the middle, and then like towards the end it just got so weird. I was just like, what is happening? And there is a second book, but I don't think I'm going to continue, but I might someday, who knows. The second book I finished in the month of November was Tom Lake. I have to shout out my friend Olivia. Her Instagram is Olivia's Book Talk. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm going to have it up on the screen. She totally convinced me to read this book. I've never read an Ann Patchett book, but after I finished Tom Lake, I went out and bought 2 more of her books, and it was really hard for me not to like buy them all. I gave this book 5 stars. It was one of the best books that I've read this year. So Tom Lake is about a mom telling her daughters the story of the summer she fell in love with this man named Peter Duke. The mom's name is Laura, and she has 3 grown daughters, and they all come back to the cherry farm they lived on in Michigan, which the imagery for the cherry farm is beautiful. I felt like I was really there. It was the story of Laura when she was also an aspiring actor, falling in love with Peter Duke, and it just kind of bounces back and forth between present day and then that summer. I really loved the family aspect of the book and the imagery of the farm, and also Tom Lake. It was really good. It was really beautiful. If you read this book, did it also kind of remind you of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? Because I can't quite even put my finger on it. Maybe it was the mom who kind of reminded me of Evelyn. I don't want to say anything else about the book because I feel like I'm so bad at not spoiling books. I want to just tell you every detail. That's all I'm gonna say. Tom Lake was fantastic. I want to reread it right now because there's so many lines in there that I want to underline and tab so that I can remember them forever and come back and look at them. The next 2 books, I'm gonna put them together because they are the book and then the novella that goes with it. So the next 2 books I read in the month of November were Beautiful Bastard and Beautiful Bitch by Christina Lauren. After reading Vita Nostra and Tom Lake, and then like a couple other serious books that I'm not done with. I just wanted something like super easy, and Christina Lauren is one of my favorite romance authors. So Beautiful Bastard and Beautiful Bitch is about Chloe Mills and Bennett Ryan, and it is a workplace romance. Bennett Ryan was the boss and Chloe Mills was his intern, I'm pretty sure. And it's just like the story of them having like a fling. Does it turn into something more serious? Who knows? I can't tell you. It was very spicy, in my opinion. I feel like everyone has like different levels of spice that they would rate this, but in my opinion, it was very spicy. It's also part of a long series. I don't remember exactly how many books. I want to say 7 maybe that there are in this series, and each main book has a novella. I really enjoyed it. It was exactly what I needed. Fun, fast-paced, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't rate them, but I guess I would give them like maybe 3.75, 4 stars. And the next book I read in the month of November was A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I would probably give 3 stars. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was okay. Parts of it were really good. Parts of it I did not enjoy at all. A Little Life is about 4 main characters, Jude, Willem, JB, and Malcolm, and they're best friends. They meet in college, and it just kind of takes you throughout their life, their ups and their downs. They're all tethered together kind of by the main character, Jude, and his life. I don't think this is any kind of spoiler at all by telling you that his life was extremely tragic, traumatic. He went through a lot when he was young, and then it kind of just also takes you through his life specifically, and like how he deals with the trauma that he was put through when he was young and how it affects all of his relationships going forward. What I really did like about this book is the friendship and the found family, and just getting to know the characters so deeply throughout the years of their life. I really felt like I was a part of their little friend group. But obviously this book is very heavy. I really don't recommend anybody reading this book. You need to look up the trigger warnings and decide if this is something you can handle. Personally, I took a lot longer than just 1 month to finish this book. I put it down quite a lot. I don't recommend like speeding through this book at all if you do read it. So yeah, that was A Little Life. And the last book I finished in the month of November was Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Okay, can I just also say, in my last video where I was talking about this book, I kind of mentioned it in my vlog. I said that Phil Knight was dead. He's not dead as far as I know, okay? Like my husband heard like his name and thought that it was Bob Knight, and he told me he was dead. Phil Knight was dead, but and I just kind of believed him and didn't look it up, and then decided to just say that in my vlog, and now I want to take that back. Like, I know he's not actually dead. Anyway, Shoe Dog is about Phil Knight. If you don't know who Phil Knight is, he is the co-founder of Nike. I rated this book 5 stars. I thought it was fantastic. I am super impressed by like his story and how Nike came to be. I mean, it started in 1962, and just how different the world was back then. It was founded in 1962 with Phil Knight's then coach, Bill Bowerman, or former coach, Bill Bowerman. I'm pretty sure that's his name. He was actually a big part of like innovating shoes and like coming up with new concepts for shoes that had never been done before. So while Phil Knight ran the company and this was originally his idea and he has a lot to do with the success, I think that the book Shoe Dog really puts into perspective like how much a good team can like really take your business to the next level. If he did not have the people on his team that he did, I'm not so sure how it would have turned out for him, because the people on his team that he like had with him throughout the years really like made a big impact on like how successful the company ended up being. They were all such great people for the roles that they were in. But yeah, it was a really great book. I think that you should read it if you like memoirs or if you like sports or if you're into business. Those were the books that I read in the month of November. I'm very happy with the reading month that I had. I read a lot of different types of books. It was a decent number. I had some pretty high ratings in there, 2 5-star reads. That's pretty good for 1 month. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. I know I'm really new and I don't have that many videos uploaded, but I am planning on doing Bookmas, so uploading most days. At the very least, every weekday I will be uploading a book video or a vlog. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video very soon.